Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope that you are having a blessed day. I hope that this message finds you in good spirits. I want to talk to you this morning about a serious matter. In light of the murder of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and so many other unarmed African Americans who have been senselessly but brutally murdered, our nation and the world is experiencing an unprecedented shift in trying to attain racial harmony and birth a new era of brotherhood for all mankind. I, like so many of you, watched people of all colors, races, and nationalities come together to protest and express their desire for change. I thought to myself, what could I, as a bishop, pastor, parent, and citizen, do to help facilitate positive, lasting change? I wanted to do something that 1 year, 5 years, 10 years from now, the citizens of Charleston can look back and say that something tangible was done after the protest. So I came up with Protest with a Purpose. Protest with a Purpose. And I thought the perfect place to start would be the renaming of Stonewall Jackson Middle School on the west side of Charleston. As you may know, the west side of Charleston, while whites and blacks have peacefully coexisted for decades, the west side is where the largest number of blacks live in the state of West Virginia. It is absolutely beyond belief that in 2020, the majority of African American students still have to attend a middle school that was named not only after a slaveholder, but for a general that became famous by trying to keep our ancestors in chains. So I reached out to every pastor that I know on the west side of Charleston, both black and white, and every pastor unanimously agreed that it's time for a name change, and they agreed to support this initiative. Next, we reached out to parents of students currently enrolled in Stonewall Jackson, alumni of Stonewall Jackson, along with the teachers and staff of Stonewall Jackson. Again, with 100% agreement, everyone that I have talked to is on board with this name change. Next, I called my good friend, Pastor Paul Dunn, the pastor of First Baptist Church of Charleston. Not only did he agree to support, but he started calling fraternities, sororities, and business leaders. And once again, the support has been overwhelming, but the task is not completed. So we are having a meeting Monday, June 15th at 7 p.m. at a More Excellent Way Life Church located on Five Corners on Charleston's west side, where the pastor is Bishop Robert Haley, who happens to be an alumni of Stonewall Jackson. More importantly, there will be a march, a protest with a purpose, on Saturday, June the 20th at 6 p.m. at Abundant Life Ministries, which is 1534 Washington Street East, where we will march 4 blocks to the Board of Education. I'm going to briefly place a flyer that you can share, and I'm going to ask that you would share this message. But on our Protest with a Purpose, a brief program has already been planned, and there our platform will be laid out to the general public. So I am asking that those of you on the west side of Charleston who support this initiative to change the name of Stonewall Jackson Middle School to meet us at a More Excellent Way Church on Monday, the 15th at 7 p.m. That meeting will conclude exactly at 7:30 p.m. The meeting starts at 7 exactly. It will end at 7:30 exactly. Then I am asking the entire city who supports the name change, blacks and whites, whatever your organization or political affiliation is, to join us Saturday, June the 20th at 6 p.m. for our historic march to once and for all change the name of Stonewall Jackson Middle School. Again, we have contacted the teachers at Stonewall. The teachers group supports this. I've talked to the football coach, the basketball coach, the assistant basketball coach. Again, it is 100% support to change this. But so we are doing a protest with a purpose, leaving from Abundant Life Ministries on June the 20th at 6 p.m. But because that is the Father's Day weekend, that Saturday right before Father's Day, we are specifically asking for men to show up for this historic march. So that means men of all colors, ages, and stages. Whether you are married or single, we want you to bring your wives, your sons, your daughters. If you're single, bring your girlfriend. We want this to be a family affair with a strong showing of men to show the next generation that we have their support. This will be a protest with a purpose, but the youth will be leading this protest. And I want the men there, I want the families there to show the next generation that we have their backs. I ask that you help us get the word out by sharing this video. Also, again, I'm going to post a flyer. I'm going to ask that you would share that flyer as well. God bless you and your family. I pray that you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.